Warning, this video contains spoilers for Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. If you have not seen the film yet, then please click off this video now. But if you have seen Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken, then please continue watching. Okay, first of all the way down in F tier, we have Margot, who's like Ruby's best friend in the frickin' movie. Yeah, I put her in F tier. Like, I know she's not in the movie that much, which is kind of why she's above the rest of these guys. But yeah, she's annoying. Like, really annoying. Like, the couple scenes she's in, like, really made me want to step on Legos. Yeah, and hey, I'm just glad she's no Phil Betterman. Okay, next up, D tier. All right, moving on to D tier over here. I'm actually gonna skip over Grandmama for a second and go over to Connor here. Yeah, he's really just a generic love interest to Ruby. You know, and honestly, he gets shafted for a huge part of the film. There's like a long period of time where he doesn't even fucking show up. Yeah. And yeah, he's just there to be a love interest to Ruby. And you know, Jabuki Young White, he does a good job performing him. Yeah, like he was also in Strange World, and his character in that was named Ethan, so that's a plus, especially for all the Ethans out there like me. Man, but still though, if I had a nickel for every time Jabuki Young White started a major animated box office bomb, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's really weird I'm using this severely unfunny meme format, right? Okay, I'm gonna try not to develop a hate boner for that and move down to Chelsea, or Marissa, technically. Yeah, it's like a whole thing with Chelsea in the fucking movie. Like Ruby accidentally knocks Connor into the water during a promposal, and then Ruby actually ends up saving Connor's life, but then Chelsea comes and she's like the new girl, and she ends up taking all the credit for it. And she's like a mermaid, and there's like a whole thing between Kraken and mermaid. I mean, the trailer kind of explained the whole Krakens and mermaids thing. Yeah, so Chelsea, and then later on it's like, and we'll get to Agatha in a minute. Like, apparently Agatha, because you know the Gillmans are like a family of Krakens, so yeah, so the Gillmans are like a family of Kraken, and so because of that, like Agatha used to be a warrior Kraken, and her mermaid rival was someone named Marissa. And later on in the movie, it turns out, like, you spend the whole movie thinking Chelsea is like Marissa's daughter, but then Chelsea's actually Marissa herself. And by the time that happens, it's like, what? Like, man, this movie was, I mean, it's not horrible, but it is mid. It is mid. And God, not that I want to sound like one of those pretentious fuckwads that you see on animation Twitter, but it kind of is a shame, at least for me, that DreamWorks, you know, last year they had The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots 2, and then they bring us this. You know, it also didn't help that they didn't really promote this till like literally 3 months before its release. Like, Jesus Christ. That explains why it's bombing so badly. It actually just surpassed Strange World from what I heard. And, you know, Strange World is like half a year old at this point, so... but enough about that. Agatha Gillman, yeah. What can I say? And this will tie into Grandmama as well. But, you know, just bear with me for a minute. You know, Agatha Gillman, she's just a fucking another generic character. She's like Ruby's mother, and she's worked so hard to protect the secret that they're actually Kraken, because, you know, she didn't want to be a warrior Kraken like Grandmama wanted her to be. And then, you know, now they spend their whole life as a family lying to people. Oh, but they're not lying. They're just making tiny little omissions. Sorry about my voice crack there. Anyway, yeah. And you know exactly how this fucking story is gonna go. Like, Ruby is gonna find out she's from a family of Kraken. She's gonna be mad at her mom for not telling her, which the mom totally fucking deserves, by the way. And then the mom has a moment of realization. Oh Does Ruby hate me because I hate my own mother? I'm becoming my own mother. Ah! Now, that's also kind of why I don't really like Grandmama that much, but she is voiced by Jane Fonda, and Jane Fonda does decent work. She's a good actress, I feel. Maybe I just have a thing for elderly actresses and actors, but still, Jane Fonda was good in it. Hey, is 80 for Brady any good? But I'm just gonna say this here, and I know this is gonna make call me cynical as much as you fucking want, but I am honestly kind of getting tired of generational trauma themed stories in animation. It seems like everyone's doing them now after Encanto. Like Turning Red did it. Okay, and Turning Red is a good movie. Strange World did it, and Strange World also had themes of generational trauma. I didn't really care for it. I mean, Strange World is actually the better movie between this and Ruby Gillman, but Strange World is. I mean, Strange World is a good movie. It's just, I'm sorry if I'm like, yeah, like Strange World. I didn't really care for when they. I think because Disney Animation also did it with Encanto, which is like literally one movie prior, and Disney does have a track record of repeating the same tropes through multiple movies. I know Ruby Gillman isn't Disney; it's DreamWorks, but yeah, even still, there is a part of me that's like, I'm sure everyone was like, I think everyone wanted the twist villains to die off at one point, and fucking what else? Yeah, like Ralph 2, Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, they all did, where the main characters split apart. But now they're doing Toy Story 5 and Frozen 3, so now it doesn't even fucking matter. Yeah, I have a feeling this generational trauma thing might be a thing in Wish. It might not be, who knows? There's only so much footage of Wish that we've seen. I swear to God, if Trolls band together, because if you've seen the trailer for that, that movie literally has like Branch reuniting with his family, and then they left him when he was a young baby, and I swear to fucking God, if that has generational trauma themes in it, I might fucking lose it. And then after I lose it, I'll just watch Encanto again for recovery. Yeah, Encanto, that was a damn good movie. Actually, to be honest with you, I thought Turning Red was better than Encanto, but I thought Turning Red was slightly better, but Encanto, I think, definitely handled the themes of generational trauma better, and all that, and wait, what was I talking about again? All right, now we go up to C tier here, and actually I do want to address this here. The person who made this tier list, Thomas Blue Wolf, yeah, I'll leave a link to this tier list in the description. It has his Twitter in there and everything. Yeah, so he actually added a couple characters from Turbo. Kim Leaf of Kimberly Nail Salon. Yeah, she's definitely the funniest out of the guys who work in the plaza. Ken Jeong does a bang up job, and the fact that it's a dude voicing a woman. I mean, I know it's been done to death, but still, she was always my favorite of the. And actually, that brings me to a funny family memory. One time I was at my godmother's house with her son, and one of her lines in this movie was, "Oh, that's great. I'm gonna go have heart attack." Yeah, so I played that clip, and then that just became a running joke with us for like the entire goddamn night. So, I'll always have that in my head. Like, we just spent the whole night saying, "I'm gonna go have a heart attack." Yeah, that's great. That's great. And then Paz is here, which, yeah, I think her name is Paz. She's hot, so a bit of a simp there. Call me down bad as much as you fucking want. I don't give a shit. I stopped giving a shit like 2 years ago. And then we got Bobby, who is definitely the least memorable of the Starlight Plaza crew. Yeah, I think he owns the toy car shop or something. I think Paz has an auto repair. And you have these two fuckers who own the taco place. Yeah, and then Turbo's boss here. Yeah, he just exists. I put him in C tier because I'm pretty sure I remember J.K. Simmons being the voice of him. J.K. Simmons is pretty based, and I'm sure most of you people watching probably agree with me. Yeah, okay, Ruby Gillman characters. Yeah, we got Ruby herself, which, yeah, she's likable, and I don't know, she feels like she feels like this weird hybrid of like May from Turning Red and Katie from The Mitchells versus the Machines. And even then, like the Katie Mitchell, well, she's probably closer to May, honestly, because I say Katie Mitchell because she kind of has that quirky personality, and the beginning of the movie definitely has like inspirations from Mitchells versus Machines. And spoiler alert, there may or may not be a cameo from a certain feline from a critically acclaimed movie somewhere in there. Yeah, so yeah, Ruby's likable, I guess. It's just I didn't really care for her movie all that much. Yeah, she's fine. Her story arc is fine. Yeah, I'm having trouble. Wow, how is it I have more to say for these than I ever did for my other fucking updates? Oh, God. Man, and I just went on a whole ramble in D tier, like the true film loather that I am. Oh God. Yeah, Ruby, she's okay. Yeah, I feel like this movie's gonna get compared to Turning Red a lot because of her little thing that she goes through. Yeah. All right, let's move over here, and then we got Ruby's dad, Arthur, and her brother Sam. They exist. They don't really play as much of a part as Agatha does. Yeah, and they're just there. Ruby's dad gets a slight edge because his jokes about the ship bottling were funny. And we got two of Ruby's friends here whose names I forgot. They also exist, but they get an edge above Margot for not being insufferable. Yeah, that's those are the characters of all time. But they only get better from here, so. Okay, there's only one Ruby Gillman character in B tier. That would be Uncle Brill. Definitely the funniest of the Gillmans, I'd say. Yeah, he gets really good one-liners every now and again. I kind of wish he was in the movie more, to be honest with you. And you know what? If they do a short film for the Blu-ray release, then maybe they can make a short about him. Yes, no, maybe so, probably not. Or actually, maybe a short about the character I placed in S tier would be good. Yeah, I don't have any characters in A tier, so. All right, S tier has a couple characters from Ruby Gillman. Actually, the best character in the movie I thought was this ship captain, who's voiced by Will Forte. Yeah, and this is the one who I was saying should have a short film on the Blu-ray. Or, you know what? Honestly, maybe the movie should have been about him hunting mermaids and Kraken and, like, proving their existence and shit. Or would that be too much like Smallfoot? Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, like, honestly, this role was something Will Forte kind of needed. Because, he was also in Scoob, and he played Shaggy in that movie. He did not make a very good Shaggy, suffice to say. Simon Cowell was right. You can't count on friendship. Yeah, I actually forgot his name, but he's like the funniest character. Like him and Uncle Brill. I mean, I know I put Uncle Brill in B, but him and Uncle Brill really stole the show in that film. Yeah. And then you got his pet crab over here. His name I also forgot, but he's basically an accessory to the ship captain there, so. Yeah, that's not much else to say. And then Ruby's pet here. I don't know what pet it is. I don't know what the hell it's even supposed to be, but it's Ruby's pet, and it's only going in S tier for peak character design. And that's why it's right next to goddamn Pennywhistle. Yeah, those are all the Ruby Gillman characters. And speaking of Pennywhistle, well, assuming she even shows up in this, but speaking of Pennywhistle, the next movie DreamWorks is releasing is Trolls Band Together, and that's coming out on November 17th. Following that will be Kung Fu Panda 4 on March 8th, 2024. And I'm not sure if this is going to count yet or not, but DreamWorks is making a movie for Netflix next year called Orion and the Dark. The reason I say I'm not sure is because I'm not sure if it's going to count as a proper DreamWorks movie or not. Because Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans sure doesn't, and Joseph King of Dreams sure doesn't, so. Yeah, Ryan in the Dark. And the reason I say that is because I'm not sure if it's going to be a case where Universal is co-distributing alongside Netflix. Because really, that's the only way that's the only way I'm really going to count it as a proper DreamWorks movie. And then finally, another one I'm not sure is going to count: the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon on March 14th, 2025. Yeah, I figure just in case, maybe DreamWorks Animation gets an in-name only credit or something. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, that's going to just about do it for update 3 of the DreamWorks character tier list. This is Bumpy Gaming going back under the bed. And remember, there are fates worse than death, such as marketing your movie less than 3 months before release.